Greetings, Daniel Meyer here with my mentor response. Just continue to meet with Jim Lohman. Him and I had been meeting every month or two, and now we've been in this since I asked him to be my mentor. We've been meeting weekly, and so we just most recently met on Wednesday, September 5th, and we meet at about 8:30 after I drop my kids off from school. There's a Chick-fil-A restaurant in between where we meet. We had actually set up to meet on Tuesdays, but now on Wednesdays in September, Chick-fil-A has like a free breakfast item, and so that works out very nicely for us, and it's right in between our two work settings. And so meeting with Jim has been great because it has allowed us to take, I think, our relationship to a deeper level. Like I said, we had been kind of touching base, like I said, every so often, and now doing this weekly. It's just really been a blessing to me to have that resting place kind of each week to touch base and know that I can come in and talk about something and feel comfortable talking about something going on in my life, and vice versa. I think Jim has enjoyed it as well. And so part of our conversation during our time has just been reviewing usually one or two, three key ministry things that he's working on or that I'm working on, an issue or challenge. So for example, right now I'm in the process, in 2019 we'll have our big youth gathering as part of the LCMS denomination up in Minneapolis, and so our group will be sending maybe 50, 60 youth from our church to be part of 25,000 youth, and we need a fundraising vehicle to make that happen. We've done an auction. I've had some issues with some of my personnel and lay leaders, to say the least, and just trying to figure out what we're going to do this time. And so I had a meeting then that Wednesday evening, so he kind of gave me some insight as I prepared for that meeting. But really what we spent most of the time probably talking about is the Celebration of Discipline book. Neither Jim or myself, Jim is in his early 60s, and well-educated gentleman. Myself, I consider myself a reader. Neither of us had read the book before, and so as I went through and I kind of shared how others in the class had read this book multiple times, we just found it helpful to run through those first four inward and then outward disciplines, and it was neat to talk with him about how he incorporated them, how especially not reading the book, how our Lutheran LCMS tradition addresses them, but then maybe doesn't address them. And so that was helpful. Jim walked me through his kind of quiet time in the morning, and how his wife gets up first, and while he's getting ready, he has some prayer time and prayer requests and different things that he does before he gets out of bed. He also said too, he really encouraged me with saying that part of your rhythms of life is just giving yourself grace with the spiritual disciplines, and saying that if you become too militant with them, that it's something that is can get kind of carried away, and I think that's what the book talks about as well, is that it's not really done in the manner that Christ is really wanting us to. And we think of the Pharisees and the other things that the book talks about, Scripture shows us. We get too legalistic about it. And so that has been helpful. I've been able to also then reflect with him on the discussion posts, the papers that I've been writing. And really overall, the other insights has really been, besides the depth of our relationship to that next level, has been just the encouragement. I think he's really been intentional in trying to just say, hey, I know this isn't easy. I know this is taking time. I know this isn't always what you want to do, but this is a good thing. And you're going to learn, and you're going to grow. You're going to develop your faith more. Christ is going to work through this, and this is going to make you a more effective leader to serve in His kingdom down the road. And so that has been helpful, just to have that weekly check-in to do that. And so that's really what we've been doing about. And he's just a good listener, and someone too that is really reflective. I mean this very respectfully. I know some church leaders and other people that I know, or maybe, I don't want to say above this kind of thing, but are very busy. And where Jim, I think, is very conscious and, hey, let's get together. And then I'm going to listen, and I'm going to provide some reflection to you, as well as some encouragement. And so I'm just really enjoying this as this class goes on, as we continue to meet weekly, just that I've been able to connect with him and enjoy that time. And so that's how it's been working out, meeting with Jim at Chick-fil-A. So thanks so much.